So Wardell Curry, which is known as Steph Curry, is his middle name. His real name is Wardell, for people who didn't know. He reserved court at the Toyota Center last night before Game 6 versus the Houston Rockets. I think he reserved it from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. to get some shots up. Chris Paul found out, and he was there on the court by the time Steph Curry and his shooting coach or his assistant came out there on the court and denied Steph Curry practice time to work on the shot that he reserved for. So let's talk about it. Goodfellas Sports TV, we in the building. I'll link an article in the description proving this to be factual. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button. Won't miss another video. So Steph Curry reserved the court. Chris Paul got on the court and he got home court advantage and told Steph Curry he couldn't get no shots up before the game. And we know what happened. You know, Steph Curry started off cold and then he just went nuclear. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, it's to the point where, you know, Steph Curry been whooping on Chris Paul so much. They used to be cool. And, you know, apparently I heard that Chris Paul used to call him and they used to have a relationship. And then when Steph Curry started, you know, putting his foot in his behind, you know, from the Clippers beat the Warriors, and then the Warriors got on the roll, got curved, beat the hell out the Clippers, beating the hell out the Rockets. And Chris Paul just started acting funny and acting different. And he tried to jab Steph Curry again, just another jealousy. And when, you know, somebody pass you up on the point guard list, especially on the all-time great list, and he denying you greatness, Chris Paul didn't take it, you know, fine at all. And a lot of people say Chris Paul is a pathetic person, man. A lot of people say he's an unlikable guy. I heard Kenyon Martin second that on a Herd show. I heard him talk about that. So, end of the day, this just proved that to be factual, man. How you gonna deny somebody who you know, reserved the practice time to get on the court? You know, and Steph Curry said, "Well, I take half the court, and you had that half of the court." And Chris Paul said, "Nope, you know, you ain't getting none of the court." So at the end of the day, you know what Steph Curry did last night. He got off to a slow start, and then he went nuclear in the second half, and then he goes to the locker room and says, "Boy, don't you ever tell me not to get off the court." So Steph Curry, he humble, but he got some humble brag in him as well too. And you know, Chris Paul, that's what he get. That's what he get. When you ain't living right, you ain't doing right, life got a way of coming back on you and humbling you, man. And when you ain't doing right on people, man, you knew that man reserved the court and you found out and you got on the court before him and wouldn't give him half the court, you know, you won't win in that game, man. He ain't got no championships coming that way, for real. And Chris Paul that was just a pathetic move, man. And all of a sudden, you know, you stop calling him and, you know, you destroyed your friendship because he a better player than you. He in a better situation than you. He passed you on the point guard list. He got more championships than you. He everything that you aspired to be. And if y'all really friends, like real friends be happy for you. Even though in the competitive heat of the battle, yeah, you know, I'm gonna want to get you. I'm gonna want to beat you on the court, whoop-de-whoop. But when the heat of the battle is off and we ain't playing and we cool in the off season, no, you supposed to still be there, you know, offer advice. And that just shows you how fickle and how fake Chris Paul is, man. That's real fake. The moment Steph Curry really blossomed and blew up in the NBA and became the face of the NBA point guards, Chris Paul started hating. And that's why Chris Paul ain't got no championship coming in his future. That's why Chris Paul ain't got no championship. He really a terrible person, man. He a terrible person. That's what happened. You know, you reap what you sow. And, you know, what you sowed last night, you should let that boy on the court. You know, God was like, okay, he still ain't learned this lesson. You know, let's tame this Chris Paul. Let's put him on. Let's let him know one more time he need to get it together. But, you know, jealous ones envy. You be having people in your foxhole that you think that's for you, and they go ahead and put the gun to your head and blow your head off while you ain't looking, while you in the heat of the battle. And Chris Paul, snake, man, that's a guy I would not want in my foxhole. Man, I heard Kenyon Martin saying that he be acting like he cool with the players, but then he'd go kick it with the coaches and fraternize with the coaches, and he a company man. Sound like he a little bit, you know, dancing a little bit, but hey, that's the perception he got. And like I said before, Steph Curry let him know after the game. He said, "Boy, don't you ever send me out the court. Don't ever let me don't never not let me on the court." Whatever the hell he said, but that's what Chris Paul deserved, man. Ain't nobody mad for Chris Paul. Houston hold that L, and then you got James Harden. This picture surfacing him at the liquor store already. So these dudes, James Harden don't care about winning. James Harden enjoying the lifestyle. But hey, it's Goodfellas Sports TV. Don't forget we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, or video request. Appreciate the love and support. Keep sharing the videos. One time for the one time we gone.